What's up, guys? Meow, and I'm back with another video, and I am back with my NASCAR Xfinity Series COTA race review. COTA, of course, being short for Circuit of the Americas. I didn't get to do a review on the truck race because, well, I was at work, but congratulations to Zane Smith on getting the win, and almost as important, congrats to Brad Perez for grabbing a top 20 finish, P20 to be exact, in his Truck Series debut. If you don't know who he is, look him up. The dude's awesome, and I am so happy to see him get that finish. He even got to talk during the broadcast, with the guys up in the booth, calling down to him, which was funny, and Brad acknowledged that by saying like, I don't know why you're talking to me when I'm running last, but still a cool moment, and he ended up top 20 out of it, so there's that as well. But with that aside, let us get into the Xfinity Series race. So, Brett Moffitt, Landon Cassill, Brandon Jones, Will Rogers, Ryan Sieg, Josh Bilicki, JJ Yaley, and Brandon Brown would all start at the back due to unabridged adjustments. Ty Gibbs wins the pole, and Ross Chastain, driving the 92 car for DGM Racing, would start second. A couple of Cup guys in the field, Chastain and Bubba Wallace, as well as Cole Custer back in the 07, getting experience ahead of the Cup race tomorrow, as well as some Cup guys being in the truck race, namely Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman, and a few others. Patrick Gallagher running the 28 car for Ryan Sieg's team. He got a restart violation right off the bat, which was a pass-through penalty. Essentially, he pulled the move of trying to pass before you cross the start-finish line. You can't do that. So that happened. Josh Berry and Miguel Paludo reported with some damage. Paludo got turned with another car, but everybody kept going through one of the corners. Berry with significant hood damage. Paludo with left front damage. Stephen Parsons goes off track after a spin, but he gets it back going. Berry would pit to get the damage on his car fixed. Justin Allgaier goes for a spin, but corrects and continues. The spin coming in one of the corners with a little help from Noah Gragson. A few drivers pit with 3 laps to go in stage 1 for strategy purposes. Bubba Wallace, Noah Gragson, Austin Hill, and Sheldon Creed among them. Ty Gibbs, Cole Custer, Ross Chastain come down before the leader hits the finish line for coming to 2 to go. Bailey Curry reports power issues within his car. Parker Chase shown with some front end damage. He also made his debut today. And AJ Allmendinger would win stage 1 with the caution coming out about the same time for Bailey Curry, leaking fluid. Alex LeBay would finish second in the stage, Daniel Hemrick third, Parker Kligerman fourth. He was in the 35 car. Justin Allgaier fifth, Preston Pardis sixth, Jay Buford seventh, Parker Chase eighth, Jeremy Clements ninth, and Ty Gibbs in 10th. Curry done for the day. His team reported on Twitter that it sounds like Curry's engine let go and he would get towed to the garage, and Will Rogers would stall on pit road as well. Noah Gragson reported that he was feeling nauseous inside the car. Not fun, especially on a road course. And so they didn't pit under the stage caution because they had pitted before the end of the stage. So he wouldn't be able to get anything until the next time he pits, which wouldn't be for a little while. Sam Mayer misses a gear on the front stretch but keeps going. This wasn't on the restart. This was about a lap or two afterward. Austin Hill goes through the grass a little bit. Thank you, Ty Gibbs. And speaking of, he had a tire issue with one of his tires going down. Austin Hill would report an issue with water temperature. Gibbs would pit for a flat tire, and the reason he had a flat tire issue was because of a valve stem having been knocked out. Sage Karam goes for a spin. Will Rogers returns to the race about 12 or 13 laps down. Patrick Gallagher goes for a spin but continues. And then Bubba Wallace. Now, he has admitted himself he's not that great when it comes to road courses. So obviously, it's no surprise he's in the 18 car, the all-star car, quote-unquote, for the Joe Gibbs Xfinity team, to get some experience. He started, I think, like 15th or something, got himself up into the top 10, and then as the race continued, he was up in the top 2 or 3, at least top 5. And it was at this point, right here in stage 2, where everything went to shit. One of the spotters, because they've got like 2 or 3 of them around the racetrack at COTA, because it's so fucking big, reported that Bubba Wallace potentially lost second gear. Not fun. Noah Gragson would pit with 4 laps to go in the stage. Apparently, might have an engine issue, which he described as the motor stumbling real bad. The team says they couldn't tell anything from when he was in the pits. But yeah, first nauseousness and now an engine issue. Holy fuck. More drivers would pit with 3 to go. Allmendinger and Wallace among them. Chastain and Custer would come down pit road from the lead and second, respectively, with 2 to go, coming to 2 to go. And then Parker Chase, Preston Pardis, and most notably, Cole Custer all got speeding penalties here. They would have to drop to the rear for the stage 3 restart. Justin Allgaier reported the same issue as Bubba Wallace, and as Wallace is seen stumbling through one of the corners, and then shown off the pace, with Wallace then saying that the car would stay in second gear on a downshift, but it won't stay in on an upshift. But anyway, through all of that, Sam Mayer grabs his first career stage victory. He wins stage 2. Jade Buford second, Justin Allgaier third, Josh Berry fourth, Riley Herbst fifth, Sage Karam sixth, Ross Chastain seventh, AJ Allmendinger eighth, Noah Gragson ninth, and Scott Heckert in the 5 car in 10th. Cole Custer doesn't get a top 10 spot here due to being under the speeding penalty per Balpacris. Wallace's team would look into the shifter boot to see what the hell they could do. Joe Graff Jr. was seen coming off pit road, removing equipment, aka the jack. So that's a penalty. And according to Pacris, Wallace's team doesn't sound optimistic that the transmission would finish the race out. He was able to finish the race, though. I want to throw that out there. I mean, he didn't do anything special, but unfortunately, because again, transmission being a bitch, but he was able to finish the race. And there you go. But apparently it was an internal issue, and reportedly Custer may have had the same issue as Wallace, as does Allgaier. Wallace's issue specifically was it had to do with the dog ring, that's what it's called, meaning that the transmission won't hold second gear while he's accelerating, but it would hold the gear when it was decelerating. So, yeah, crazy shit. We get a caution for debris in stage 3, and at the same time, Josh Bilicki and Josh Berry, the Joshes, go for a spin in the final corner. Daniel Hemrick reports that Brett Moffitt in the O2 car was leaking oil, and some of which had ended up on his windshield. We get going again, and Spencer Gallagher goes for another spin. Alex LeBay goes wide in one of the corners. Sheldon Creed goes for a spin. LeBay was reported with a left rear tire rub. We get another caution for debris, this time looking to be from Brandon Jones' car. And then Ashley Allgaier, wife of Justin Allgaier, tweeted out, "Losing third gear now," in reference to Justin's car, which was later pretty much confirmed by the Junior Motorsports Twitter account, basically saying that he had to run the rest of the race in high gear, like third or fourth gear. That's crazy. And unfortunately, it would hinder his finish. He did not finish so well. But anyway, regarding Alex LeBay, there was a housing in the back of his car broke, and towards the end, he would drop out of the race in the final laps. Chastain goes for a spin in the first corner after the restart. Looks to be thanks to Landon Cassill through all the chaos of the corner off the restart. Everyone gets around Chastain and Ross keeps going, but unfortunately, that takes him out of getting a potential win, which sucks because, yes, he's a Cup guy in an Xfinity car, but like with Cole Custer at Auto Club, Chastain could have gotten DGM their first win as an organization. That would have been nice. And then Jeremy Clements locks it up going into one of the corners, and Noah Gragson has to go a bit wider than he'd like to avoid getting taken out. Jeb Burton and Jeremy Clements would both get posted for cutting the course. Burton in turn 4, Clements given the same penalty for shortcutting the S's. That, of course, being a pass-through penalty. Burton would serve his, Clements would serve his on the next lap. And in the end, AJ Allmendinger, with a sizable gap over Austin Hill, would take the victory at Circuit of the Americas. And congrats to him. I mean, the race this year for the Xfinity Series was definitely better than last year, considering last year was dominated by Kyle Busch. At least this time, you could see the guy in second behind the leader. There was a gap, but it wasn't as massive as what Kyle had last year, so there's that at least. Like you could see Kyle coming to the line when he won, and you could not fucking see anybody behind him. At least here, you could see that. So there you go. But yeah, as I said before, Wallace was able to finish the race. All guys are same. Custer recovered from his speeding penalty to I think finish in the top 10. I think Gragson finished like top 5 or 10 despite his issues throughout the day. Sam Mayer top 5. And a couple of other guys got some really nice finishes. Sucks for Burton and Clements though that they weren't able to finish up top 5, top 10 like they were going to, because the worst part about the penalties was the fact that they were running up in the top 5. If they don't get penalized, they've probably finished top 5, depending on what happens with the guys behind them, Gragson, Mayer, and a couple others. But they would have had far better finishes. So there's that as well. But yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that a guy like Allmendinger, who's really good at road courses, was probably going to win. Would have been nice to see Chastain still be up front. Hate that he got spun on that last restart. But yeah, once Gibbs had his issues earlier, and then, Custer, yeah, he recovered from a speeding penalty, but the speeding penalty essentially took him out of potentially winning the race. Same thing for Wallace with his transmission issues. Like, legitimately, the way he was racing today, I legitimately thought he would have potentially pulled the win off, and that would have been huge for him, considering, again, he is not the greatest when it comes to road courses. He's admitted it himself before. So that would have been huge if he would have pulled the win off, but transmission said otherwise. But with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Once again, make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future uploads. Make sure you use code ANJJ for free shipping on orders to $20 or more at Circuit Diecast, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.